tone of ads. Now, this is the final psychological technique that you should learn and tie it all together in this marketing psychological stack that you can use for your ads. So with information about your target audience through Facebook, you can do a lot to nail down your tone. How do those personas talk about your product or service? What kind of words do they use? Do they use big, broad adjectives like amazing, or do they use less flowery, descriptive adjectives like efficient? In this modern age, why is tone important anyway? Because somehow, along the way, most ads started to look and sound exactly the same. You say the exact same thing. When I ask you to think of an ad for a software company, okay, what do you think about? Take a moment and think about, what do you think about when a software company pops up into your news feed? What sort of copy do they talk about? What sort of words they use? Probably terms like these. Really big terms and unapproachable language, basically. Business continuity, SIP trunking, digital transformation. What does this crap mean? It's all jargon. I used to work for lots of B2B companies, business to business, and the old school B2B companies used lots and lots of jargon, and they were very stale in terms of tone of voice, and their ads always suffered because of this. It's important you adapt your brand to your platform, particularly when we're using Facebook and Instagram. So it's no wonder that a company like Slack comes along and uses common speech and fun language, such as Slack is free to use for as long as you want and with an unlimited number of people. They're casual, they're funny, they're fun. As you can see here, they mess about with their messaging. They're really chill. It's very short and sharp. What it feels like to sit in 25% fewer meetings, and they've got great creative to suit. So stuff like this really does help the brand. And Slack is a case study of a B2B offering where they can still be fun and chill about things. And who's their target audience? Office workers and corporates. It makes people think, well, this is exactly how I talk. I don't like big broad terms. I like making it, chill and normal, basically. So it simply can't be understated. Big results follow from using an original tone that's conversational, that resonates with your audience. The point of any ad is to create an emotional response. Okay, most purchasing decisions are type 1 decisions, which means their origin resonates with emotional parts of our brains. If I can get you to like my brand and product and feel something emotional, I've got you in the palm of my hand. And that's how most brands think. Think back to one of the most classic and successful ads ever. And this is one of my favorite ads when I was at uni studying marketing. Okay, Apple's 1984 ad. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this ad. They were amazing ads and touched a part of our soul. If you haven't ever seen the ad, basically, to give you a recap, Apple's 1984 ad used a bright tanned lady, as you can see in the screenshot here, to represent the coming of the Macintosh as a means of saving humanity from conformity. And conformity was Big Brother, it was IBM, it was Microsoft. And this ingenious ad was an allusion to George Orwell's novel 1984, which described a dystopian future ruled by a televised Big Brother. Basically, this ad, even though, yes, it was a video, it was a TV ad, it made us feel something. Amazement and freedom. That's what they were going for. And it's no wonder that Apple still uses these sorts of tones in their ad campaigns. Now, I want you to remember that tone should be a direct reflection of your audience. Okay? It needs to be reflecting of your audience. If you own a store that sells cancer awareness products and you place an ad, your tone is definitely going to be different than a store that sells party lights and neon lights, for example. So successful tone also needs to be authentic, not forced. Authenticity is key. If you're selling workout gear and all you're doing with your ads is screaming to the customer, begging them to buy with loads of emojis and discounts and call outs, that's forced. That's salesy. That is desperation. That's not authenticity. If you've been following on this program and have made notes, refer to what has been taught so far. The previous 2 modules and copywriting basically, these modules will automatically help produce an authentic voice, which will in turn ultimately help sell your products. This is why it's so important that you take all these modules and piece them all together. Finally, don't go overboard with your tonal changes. Use restraint. If you're writing a product description, keep it technical, but maybe add some personality into the headline or introduction. There's nothing as sad as an ad that tries too hard all across the place. Think of it like meeting a boy or girl you want to date. Play it cool, but not too cool. Also, make sure that you're testing these different approaches and themes in your ad campaigns by A/B split testing, which we'll talk about in the program. By following this tone formula we've talked about here, in that your tone should be reflective, authentic, and restrained, you can communicate with your potential customers as they like to be talked to, and create longer lasting emotions that will keep them coming back to your ads and products time and time again. Okay, so that is a wrap for a powerhouse of a module. As you can tell from the last two modules, Facebook and Instagram ads aren't just about targeting, bids, and creative. Copywriting paired with marketing psychology is a powerful technique here. Now that I've given you the tools, with practice, master ad psychology and copywriting, you'll have an extremely powerful asset at your disposal. So that's about all the theory done and dusted for this program. It will be onto the practical hands-on elements from here. So I'll see you in next week's module.